With our next guest too, so I'm going to walk this way. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this morning. My name is Ty Mayberry. If you want to connect with me on social media, I love to hear from you guys. Ty Mayberry HSN, that's on Instagram. Drop by, say hello, let me know what you love and what you're looking for. Okay, a lot of these items that we're talking about and a lot of our shows, they're fun items, they're decor items. I get to talk about something now that is a must-have. I want you to think about in your home, the smoke detectors in your home, right? If there is a fire in your home, that one thing that is protecting you, how old are they in your home? When was the last time you replaced the battery in your home? How old is that technology? If you don't know, if you're unsure, if you look up and they're turning a yellow color, this is what you need to do right now. Look, it can happen anywhere. It can happen with that space heater. It can happen in the kitchen. This is a set of 3, and I want you to hear the sound on this. Take a listen. That is not only a nice big sound for you to hear, but it is the latest technology inside, and you're getting a 3-pack today. You're getting a 3-pack because you need these in the hallways. You need these in the bedrooms. You need these in the kitchen. So if you're going to replace the smoke detectors, you need to replace more than one. Today we're giving you a 3-pack, $54.99. As I say, at some point, you will need to replace those smoke detectors in your home. Today is a great day to do it with a 3-pack from Samurai here, and it is a 10-year battery. Once you install these, you're not going to think about it for 10 years. It's not every 6 months you have to climb up there in the middle of the night and replace a battery. You are good for 10 years. This is a great time to protect yourself here today. From Samurai, one of our home and electronics experts, Joe Harrison, is joining us here today. Morning, Joe.
It's great to be here. Love selling, security. This is what we all need to think about.
Well, and eventually, we all have to do this.
You're right. All smoke detectors, doesn't matter what the brand is, they have an expiration date. Sure. And that's not us saying it. It's the U.S. Fire Administration saying these need to be replaced every 10 years. Because what happens over the course of the years, the sensors that are on here, they're designed to analyze the air, but they also pick up the dirt, the debris, the dander that's in the air, and what happens is that sensor then becomes ineffective, so that's why you have to change it every 10 years. So when you think about the home you're in right now, the apartment you're in, do you know the date that it was installed? If you have no idea, it's probably a good idea. Let's start today something fresh. And normally when we offer this, it's a single pack or it's a 2-pack. I love that we're offering a 3-pack because now we're really not just protecting one room. We can easily get you a refresh really for safety for your entire house. And the idea around this one is it's different than what you've seen before because you're probably looking around thinking, I've got one of these bigger guys. Well, this technology that's in here was developed back in the 70s. And the problem with this is that 1970s sensor, it gives you a lot of false alarms. If you take a hot shower, this will go off. If there's just a little smoke from bacon on the oven, this will then start to go off. So it gives you all these false alarms, and then you kind of become numb to it. You're like, oh, that's the smoke detector. It'll stop beeping here in a couple minutes. Or then in the middle of the night, it starts beeping. You take the battery out, and then you're like, I'll just replace the battery tomorrow. Then tomorrow becomes next week, next month, and now you have a smoke detector without a battery in it. What is the use for that? But the other thing about these smoke detectors is when they first came out back in the 70s, the code for smoke detectors was 1 for the entire house. It didn't matter the size, didn't matter the bedrooms, didn't matter how many floors you had. It was 1 smoke detector for the entire house. Well, now you fast forward and you see your Samurai, you're like, first thing you notice is it's smaller. It has a different sensor. It doesn't have 1970s technology. It has a sensor called a photoelectric sensor that was developed within the last decade. It is truly the latest generation when it comes to home security. So this is different because it knows the difference between, say, a raging fire and then smoke coming off or a hot steam coming off your shower. You don't get those false alarms because it can detect when there is a raging fire and you need to get everybody out of the house. But like Ty mentioned, this is the pain that a lot of us go into. You've got this, it's got that little door. And what are you supposed to do every 6 months? You change those batteries. Then you got to go up and down the ladder. You're going back and forth to the hardware store, constantly buying the batteries. With this one, when you first get it at home, you take the little base off, the battery's already in there. And the battery doesn't last 6 months, doesn't last a year. This is a 10-year battery that is built into your smoke detector. So you pull that little tab, that starts day one. And we want you to write down the date on the back because the years will go by fast. And you'll start to forget, when did I put that on there? Because keep in mind, it has an expiration date. And then Ty, the only thing you need to do is you hold down that test button. You hold it down every 6 months. You don't have to change the batteries. And when you hold down that button, first you hear how incredibly loud it is. But then it runs through the test cycle, and that way you know everything is working perfectly.
I want to point out, too, you can buy these individually, I believe, at hsn.com. These are $29.99. These are $30 individually, and that's pretty much the going rate that you're going to find. So for a 3-pack today, $30 and $30, $30. This is normally $90, and you know you need more than one at a time. So I want to say this. If you're not picking these up today, keep this at the front of your mind. Keep the latest technology, that photoelectric technology sensor inside. Think about that. Think about how easy it is to put up. I want you to think about the 10-year lifespan. At some point, you are going to need to replace the smoke detectors in your home to protect you, to protect your family. We hear more and more in the news every year, more and more home fires where something terrible has happened. And what do we hear in the report? It was a faulty smoke detector. Everyone was sleeping. No one even knew what was happening until it was too late. So if you look on your screen, normally at HSN, you can pick this up for $89.97, as I said, for $90. $54.99, even better than that. Look at the 5 flexible payments, right? If you're joining us for the very first time, that means you have 5 months to pay this off. All you have to put down is $11. $11. It's free shipping and handling today. You put down $11 right now. We go ahead and ship these out to you, and it's $11 a month for 5 months. No added fee, no added interest on this. Now, if you open up an HSN card today, I want to show you something because this is really spectacular. We're giving you $40 free dollars today. If you call 1-800-695-1418, open a new HSN card, become one of our VIP shoppers, you will get $40 off. That brings these down to $14.99. So maybe you tuned on, maybe there's a reason why you tuned in. Maybe you haven't thought about that smoke detector in a long time, and you're sitting here listening to Joe and I, and you looked up and you thought, yeah, I don't know how old that is, and it's kind of turning yellow, and I have no idea if the battery's any good. This is your opportunity. And Joe, I can't blame people for it. It's something that we don't think about until it's too late.
You're exactly right. And a lot of people say, well, how many smoke detectors do I need to really have that safety? I'm standing here in the kitchen. A lot of people put smoke detectors in the kitchen. You're not supposed to. What you end up doing is you got to put it in the hallway that leads to the kitchen. Now, these are the codes if you're building a house for 2024. You need to have a smoke detector in every hallway that leads to the kitchen. Okay, so check that off the list. Now I'm going to go over to our living room. I got my TV sitting here. A lot of us have a living room where everybody gathers, everyone gets together to see what the day's been like. You're supposed to have a smoke detector also in your living room. And we actually have one that's been sitting up here for about a month. You've probably watched HSN, not even realize there's a smoke detector that's sitting right there. Now we have it up high because your smoke detector needs to be installed less than 12 inches from the ceiling. Now we're making this super easy for you. It's got that little base that's on there. You take the base off, and there's a couple ways that you can mount this. First, you can get a screw. We give you the screws. So if you have a screwdriver, no problem. You can easily screw that into the base. Or if you want, you can use the 3M adhesive tape, that specialty tape that's designed to withstand high temperatures and stay there for 10 years. This is using that adhesive tape that will be here until the HSN sets team decides to change it. That is built into it. So that's now in our TV room. And then you start thinking about the other rooms in your house. Do you have another living space? You know, here I am with Ty. We're in another living room. Have to have a smoke detector in every living space in your house. And then I'll come over here to the entryway. You need to have one at the entrance of your house, because there are a lot of times when you have those hallways, fires will start here. You want to make sure you have one mounted as well. So it's hallways, it's living spaces, it's outside of the kitchen, but then Ty, the last thing is you also have to have one in every bedroom of the house. If you don't have that, you're not protected enough. Your house isn't protected. And this isn't me and Ty saying this. This is the U.S. Fire Administration, FEMA, who's telling everybody, you have to have a smoke detector more than just one. This is not 1970, this is 2024. And as we just had that surge protector, we were talking about you're bringing more electronics in your home. All that stuff can develop fires, bad things can happen. You want to make sure you've got that first warning. This is that first warning for you. So smoke detector in every bedroom, every hallway, and also and right outside the kitchen. Now, the other thing I highly recommend is carbon monoxide detectors. Not everybody thinks about this, but we have a special deal on carbon monoxide as well. So the code for carbon monoxide is you need to have one in every 750 square feet of your home in every level of your home, because anything that generates carbon monoxide or anything that generates heat creates carbon monoxide. So it's our space heaters, it's the fireplace, it's our grills, it's our stoves, it's our water heaters, our gas heaters, all this stuff, it creates small particles of carbon monoxide. And if you don't have a well-vented house, and this time of the year, our houses are shut to trap that air, carbon monoxide can build up and bad things can happen. But Ty, we have a special deal on a 2-pack of carbon monoxide, a great way to add the extra layer of security.
I'm going to put that item number up here on the screen for you, because if you are thinking about this right now, making sure your home is protected, making sure your home is up to code and covered, you might as well get the smoke detectors and the carbon monoxide detectors all in one right now. We put this in a 2-pack. When you buy these detectors, whether it's carbon monoxide or smoke detectors, you have to buy multiples. You have to put them in multiple rooms. So when you go to the big box store, you go to the home store and you see one of them is $30, now it's $60, now it's $90. It's why we're putting these in a 3-pack for you for the smoke detector. So give it a moment. I want you to think about those smoke detectors. Maybe get up and walk around, take a look. When was the last time they were replaced? How old is that battery? When are you going to need to replace it again? This is your opportunity right now, $54.99. And this is where we're going to hear it again. I want you to take a listen. Not only that sound, but remember, you're getting advanced photoelectric sensor technology inside. What we're showing you right here, this is what you're going to do when you get it home. You're just going to pull that tab. You're going to use the 3M tape, put it up. You'll see here in the video, keep watching, where to put it, and then you are protected. Joe, I said earlier, and it's just tragic to hear about the home fires year after year. There are more and more home fires. And over again, we hear that it was faulty smoke detection, right?
You're right.
No one ever woke up. They didn't hear it because they didn't know that the smoke detector, the battery was dead. It was old technology, and it was too late.
Well, that's the shameful thing, is that you can still buy these today. They're the cheapest type of smoke detector to buy, and the technology there is from 1970. You know, it's old, 50-plus-year-old technology. You know, it's great for its time when it first came out, but you need to have something more advanced. That's why when you just take a hot shower, this thing will go off. The other thing about this is that you're supposed to replace the batteries every 6 months. So now when you just talk about battery cost alone, when you open that door, you buy that square little battery. Now think about it. If you had 3 of these and you had kept having to replace the batteries over the course of 10 years, this is what 10 years worth of batteries would look like. Now I know it's different for everybody. This cost me $97 here in the Tampa area for 10 years worth of batteries. So think about that $97 compared to the cost today. You know, it's going to save me more money to go to a more advanced. I don't have to buy a battery. It's really 10 years worth of peace of mind.
It's a 3-pack. It's on 5 flexible payments. It's on free shipping and handling. And I want to give you one more look at the carbon monoxide. Tell us again, this is what they call the silent killer.